Hey guys, today we are gonna talk about the third part of cyber attacks. In this video we are gonna look into cross-site scripting, SQL injection and replay attack. Let's get started. Cross-site scripting is a web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to compromise the interactions that users have with a vulnerable application. It works by manipulating a vulnerable website so that it returns malicious JavaScript to users. When the malicious code executes inside a victim's browser, the attacker can fully compromise their interaction with the application. For example, it might send the victim's cookie to the attacker, and the attacker can extract it and use it for session hijacking. The most dangerous part of cross-site scripting is to exploit additional vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities can enable an attacker to not only steal cookies but also log keystrokes, capture screenshots, discover and collect network information. Some cross-site scripting attacks do not have a specific target. Attacker simply exploits a vulnerability in the application or a website, taking advantage of anyone unlucky enough to fall victim. But in many cases, cross-site scripting is performed in a more direct way, such as in an email message. Let's break it down into further details. In the first step, attacker discovers a website for having script injection vulnerabilities. In the second step, attacker injects a payload in the website's database with malicious JavaScript that steals cookies. In the third step, website transmits the victim's browser the page with the attacker's payload. The victim's browser executes the malicious script. In the fourth step, after script execution, victim sends his cookie to the attacker. In the fifth step, the attacker extracts victim's cookie, after which he uses it for session hijacking, where the attacker can remotely access and control the victim's machine. Cross-site scripting attacks can exploit vulnerabilities in Visual Basic, Flash, ActiveX, and JavaScript. Most often it targets JavaScript because it has close integration with most browsers. It has three main types: reflected, stored, and DOM-based. SQL injection stands for Structured Query Language. SQL injection is a type of cybersecurity attack that makes it possible to execute malicious SQL statements. These statements control a database server behind a web application. Attackers can use SQL injection vulnerabilities to bypass application security measures. They can go around authentication and authorization of a web page or web application and retrieve the content of the entire SQL database. It works in a very simple way. Attacker carry out an SQL injection simply by putting malicious code into a vulnerable website login page. For example, a database that stores information about customers who have made a purchase with customer ID numbers. Instead of searching for a specific customer ID, attacker inserts customer ID into the input field. Since the statement 1 is equal to 1 is always true, SQL query would return all available customer IDs. This allows the attacker to overcome authentication and gains administrator level control. After exploiting an SQL injection vulnerability in the database, attacker can add, delete, edit, or read content in the database, read source code from files on the database server, write files to the database server, steal personal information, run malicious code into the system, gain root access to the system. SQL injection vulnerability affects any website or web application that uses SQL databases, such as MySQL, Oracle, and SQL Server. Let's talk about replay attack. A replay attack is a type of network-based security attack in which attacker delays, replays, or repeats data transmission between the user and the server. Replay attack in network security is considered dangerous because it can resend the message and fool the receiver without decrypting it. Here the receiver might think that the message is genuine and legitimate. Successful replay attacks in network security allows attacker to pretend real customers and perform account takeover manipulation. Let's understand replay attack with the help of a real life example. Consider a company's staff member asking for a financial transaction from the company's financial administrator. He does this by sending an encrypted message. Attacker looking for a loophole to launch a replay attack. He might eavesdrop on this message to fulfill his intention. His next step would be capturing the message so that he can resend it. Now the message will look authentic because it has already been sent once. The financial administrator who receives the message will find it legitimate as it has already been encrypted. What will happen now? In this case, the chances are that the financial administrator will respond to this new message unless there is a strong reason to get suspicious. He will not differentiate between two statements, the one he received from the company's staff member and the other he received from the hacker. He has received the same message. It could lead to the financial administrator sending a large amount of money to the bank account of the hacker. So what the hacker did was capture the message from the network and resends it as it is. The attacker used a simple technique to break it into the system and replay it only by sending a message. This is how a replay attack in network security works. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for the next part.